Hello, hello. How are we sounding? Can everybody hear me? I see we have 4 people watching, which is more than usual. In that I haven't done this in over a year. And yeah. Last time, I think it was like a person. Could someone please confirm that there is sound? That would be cool. Paige, hello. Thank you for being here. Okay. I've not done one of these solo in a very long time, so I'm definitely out of practice. So forgive me while I remind myself how this even works. Hey, Dustin. Okay, cool. I'm not just talking into the void. Ben, Dana, hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's one way of putting it. Yeah. I forgot that I should be putting these on the screen. Okay, Paige is here. Dustin is here. Ben is here. And Dana is here. As well as Haunted Sideshow with your lovely comment. Escape. I don't know if that's the right term, but thank you. Oaxa? Oaxaca? Awful. You should know by now that I can't pronounce anything to save my life. Okay, so really, I just wanted to go ahead and get on here primarily to thank you all for reaching 1,500 subscribers. That's a really cool thing. And, it took us a minute to get there, but yeah, it's been good lately and everything. And I also have a stack of subscriber unboxings. Well, they're already unboxed, so maybe it's not an unboxing, but yeah, there's some subscriber stuff over there. And rather than unbox that stuff in the audit where they don't cost anything and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, I thought I'd go ahead and do that here. So yeah, I guess it's also a sort of ask me anything sort of vibe. I don't plan to be here for too long. I just wanted to give this streaming thing a try again because I haven't done it in a long time and I'm feeling a little bit awkward at the moment, to be honest with you. I don't know how well that's coming through, but I'm better at this when I don't have to run the show. I haven't done this in some time. Thank you. The Wicker Man, 1973. You can see the book there that our friend Dustin in the chat purchased for me for, oh shit, was it my last birthday or was it Christmas? I think it was Christmas. Okay. But yeah, it's my favorite. I don't know how well it'll show up here, but I have the tattoo sleeve of it too. Yeah, that's my favorite. We got 10 people here. We're double digits as fuck. Crazy. If I've done something right, super chats should be enabled. If you want to send those over, you can, though of course there's no pressure. And yeah, cool. All right, I guess I could go ahead and get into subscriber stuff, unless anybody has anything else they want to pop in and say or ask. Okay, cool. Favorite song from The Wicker Man? It's probably Willow's song, but actually the very first song, the kind of like bagpipe song, is probably it's only a section of a song on the soundtrack, but it's the first song that plays in the movie. That one is probably my favorite these days. But as an actual like full length written song, it's Willow's song for sure. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, onward to 2000, right? The monkey. Shout out you. What kind of monkey? No. The theatrical cut did not cut out the singing. They cut out a lot of other things, but not the songs. They were wise enough to leave in the wonderful tunes. Okay, back to this. I want to know what kind of monkey. I'm a fan of all monkeys, but I'm curious, which in particular? Capuchin? I don't even know what that is, if I'm being honest. All right, let me look it up. Yeah, I've seen all three of them, and the final cut is the best one. But you know, there's not really a wrong way to watch it. The theatrical cut is what I watched first, and it like changed my life. So I don't think there's a wrong way to go about it, but it's not the one I would recommend. Okay, what am I looking up? Capuchin. Oh. Oh, these are these are called Casablanca monkeys in Costa Rica because I got the white face. Look at him. So good. You can see my ring light there for a second. Fun fact, my cat Bigwig has taken to knocking over my ring light into the litter box because it's like right there. So he did that today. So I got to clean that off, which is fun. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get started with the unboxings and such things. Feel free to just fire away any questions, any comments, any concerns, what have you, throughout this thing. And yeah, we'll go for it. I have no idea if this is, good radio, as they say. But I figured a more relaxed kind of environment would be good to return to this format. I'm just doing fucking the StreamYard shit right now. And I don't even remember how to do anything fancy with it. So there's that. But what I wanted to do was get my OBS and stuff set up. We're still working on that. So hopefully. Favorite movie soundtrack is The Wicker Man. Really riveting stuff, I know. But if I had to pick a different one, like my favorite score, probably Fellowship of the Ring, Howard Shore. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bear. Hi, Tony. Thank you. Got back from Goodwill and got Wicker Man on DVD and 2-disc 7. Nice. Did they ever do a 7-disc 7? It's a terrible joke, but they could have the different sins as the different discs. It could be fun. People love to stack discs nowadays. Nowadays, you could have the 4K, like, I don't know, like 2 4K discs, 3 Blu-rays and 3 DVDs. I don't know. The monkey meets the bear. We've established what kind of monkey. Now I want to know what kind of bear. So, Mr. Bear, if you could please share. My favorite documentary is about bears. Sort of. Thank you. I really enjoyed that. Daniel is cool people, nice guy. And my connection was fucking up a bit. But the internet guy came and fixed the issue, I think. So actually, please, if there's any lag or delay or anything, I would like you to please tell me. And I will be sad about that, but at least I will know. But if everything is running smoothly, then hell yeah, we did the thing. I trust anything from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Full stop, period. Trent Reznor is, I almost said Trent Ross. That's funny. Trent Reznor is maybe my favorite musician. So, and Nine Inch Nails is like maybe my favorite band. So like, I trust anything he does. I really would like to see that. Are there as many threesomes in it as the trailer led me to believe? Because I will feel cheated if there aren't. But at least if I know going in, I won't be disappointed as much, right? I don't. The question is, how do I record my commentary tracks? The answer is I don't. I haven't done that yet. It's very intimidating to me. And to be honest, part of why is because I don't know how. So I guess I'll let you know when I figure it out. But I think now that I've finally done this and done a live stream at all, what I'm probably going to do is like just have it like I'm going to be watching it and then doing my commentary live and then You all will have to find a way to watch it yourself. Although you can probably just sign up to my Patreon and then go in my Plex server, and there may or may not be the film there for you to watch with me. And then yeah, I'll have that ready to go on VOD, the replay or whatever, and then I can rip the audio and make an RSS feed or whatever. Yeah. Well, that is the best kind of bear, a good bear. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know if a bad bear is better. Depends on what context. If there's a lot of Republicans around, you probably want a bad bear, you know what I'm saying? See, there you go. It's not black and white. Monkeys are full of gray and multitudes and such things, right? Yes, I am. I think they're fucking awesome. Just a super cool person. And I maybe should be reading these questions better, because I actually I don't know if anybody's just going to be listening to this, and I'm just going to be answering questions that they don't know. Excited for the new Jane. I've actually never pronounced their name out loud. Schoenbrunn, director of We're All Going to the World's Fair, a film that I own and love, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about. I saw the TV Glow, and I'm just so excited for that. So yeah, that's definitely one I want to make a point to catch in the theater if I can afford it. Can't edit out burps when I'm live, so you're welcome. Recorded on Audacity? I mean, probably. If it's not live, like if it was for a disc or something, probably what I would do. But if it's going to be live, the audio will be recording regardless. So we're up to 20 people. That's crazy. Oh, we just dropped in 18. So dropping like flies. That's okay. Julie, thank you for being here, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. Julie rules, by the way. So you all should know that. Yes, I agree. I also cannot wait. I'm very excited about it. Okay. Sasha, thank you for being here. Hello. And we'll wave back. Okay. So for the new people, we're just doing a general AMA type beat thing. You can ask me whatever you want, and I'll probably answer it. What did you think of Abigail? I loved it and thought it was a unique take of child vampires, way better than Claudia from Interview with the Vampire. Wow, okay. I've not seen it. I'd never even heard of it until a few days ago, and it felt like everybody was talking about it. But now when you say way better than Claudia from Interview with the Vampire, are you meaning to imply that that is a bad child vampire, or that that is the high benchmark for which this has topped? Because I love Interview with the Vampire, and I think that what's her name? Kirsten Dunst is the fucking best, and she's incredible in that. Going to see Swans next month. Okay, so they came to Richmond a couple weeks ago, and it was the same night as Sanguisugabog, Jesus Piece, Gag, Blazing Tomb, Enforce, and Peeling Flesh. And I've seen Swans before, and they were really great, but I had not seen Jesus Piece yet, and I keep missing them. So we decided to go for the Jesus Piece show. But they put on a great show, so I think you will really enjoy that. Okay, Dustin, I don't even know what to say. You are too nice to me. You do too much. That's all I'll say. We're going to go through the gift you sent me recently, because I went ahead and watched all of them for this stream so I could talk about them. But thank you so much. That's a very kind and generous gift, and I really appreciate you. I feel weird being the center of attention and getting nice things, to be honest with you. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me, but that's kind of the whole thing, right? So I'm attempting to push through it and accept kindness. Yeah, woe indeed. Everyone tell Dustin he's the best. This should be a stream about Dustin, actually, I think. Higher as she tops Claudia. Okay, so you're saying that, okay, it's just like better. Crazy. They do indeed. What's your favorite Swans album? Put your favorite Swans album in the chat. Mine is Children of God, the Catholic trauma album. She's of this generation. Okay. Have I seen Hollywood 980, 828? I'm like trying to read chat ahead of the time and also out loud and also think of answers. It's not going well. Saw it in cinema last week and thought it was amazing. Grindhouse releasing is going to release it on Blu-ray or 4K later this year. I've never even heard of that, so I will have to put it out or check it out. Fucking losing my goddamn mind. It's mostly beggar material, but I'm really... Yeah, that's also the thing, is that they always pretty much just do their newest album. But not even that. Like when I saw them in 2017, they played... I had just driven like 2 hours to see them, and I had also just been doing a lot that weekend. I had like come back from like a trip visiting my girlfriend at the time, and like my back was really hurting, my shoulders were really hurting, and I got there and I was like, cool, I'll like hang out for the first song and then I'll take a break and take a sit, you know. But fucking they opened with a 45-minute song that they had never played, like they had not released yet. It's called The Knot. It still only exists on a live recording. So when you go there, it's like they have, I mean, decades of material to go through, and then they'll just pull out new songs and shit and generally focus on the newest release. And I wasn't the biggest fan of their newest album, so that was kind of what informed me to go to the other show. But yeah. Hi Jeremy, thank you. I appreciate you. I can't believe Dave Grohl is in my chat. That's incredible. Play Everlong. It's a good song. Thank you. I try. I also did this makeup in about 3 minutes, so that's not a flex. Maybe it is. I wasn't trying to make that a flex. I'm just like, I just be throwing shit together, you know. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. You're also amazing and deserve positive attention. I assume we're talking about Dustin here. Are you his husband then? Are you Patrick? I think that's true. Actually, I think I might remember that being true. But he is the best, so you're very lucky. Glowing Man soundtracks are filth. Filth is hard as fuck. I have a filth shirt. Glowing Man is really good. Soundtracks for the Blind is kind of an all-timer, though. I think I like Swans Are Dead better. Swans Are Dead, yeah, better. It's got some songs from that on it that I think are better, but also Soundtracks for the Blind has my favorite Swans song on it, which is Volcano. I fucking love that song. My second favorite would probably be To Be Kind, but it might be Soundtracks. I don't know. There's a lot to choose from. Love. It is Ambiance, ANCE, I believe. But thank you. This lighting is really, it's not that hard to do cool. Like, I actually think I might try to fix this because you can actually see all the lights as opposed to just the effect of the lights. I don't know how smart that was on my part. But these are just fucking LED colored lights that you can customize that I bought on Amazon. They're not expensive. So for any content creators out there, for about $20, you can have this lighting. And then just turn off all the lights. And then a ring light, $10. There's not that much that goes into it. Thank you. This is Alistair, I believe. I really appreciate that generous gift. You're the best. I appreciate you. The Seer rules. I was listening to it yesterday because I saw a tweet that made me laugh a lot, and I think it's fake. I imagine it's fake. And I think it was actually stolen too, but they were talking about how they went to a small town bar and they went to the like the Wi-Fi jukebox, because like jukebox nowadays are just, I think, linked up to like TouchTunes or Spotify or something. And they had the Seer on there. And so they played the title track, and that shit is 35 minutes long. And according to the tweet, at the 20-minute mark, their tab was closed out. They were asked to leave. Then I put on that song, and I was really picturing that, just like everybody walking out of that shit. It was a good thought. I was listening to Wiseblood. Do you mean Wiseblood, WE YES Blood, because I love that band a lot. I'm not sure what Wise Blood, this one here you're referring to, is. It could be one of Michael Gira's like 20 side projects that I'm not aware of. Maybe a Jarbo side project. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, my fan base, it feels weird to say. I don't know if I like that. But the Swans fan base is full of fucking weirdo freaks. And that's sort of my target demographic. Here's my favorite musical instrument I love to listen to most. Cowbell. That's a little one note, but I guess if that one note is the best thing you've ever heard, like that's what it is, right? I mean, is it the guitar? Is that too easy? Honestly, synthesizers, which feels like a cheat because you can make a synthesizer sound like anything you want. But I love synth-based music. But I also love guitar-based music. Pianos are really pretty too. It's probably a guitar, but I like percussion too. I'm a big percussion person. Big fan of rhythms and all that. The Beggar is extremely slow. I would heavily recommend listening to the vinyl track list and not the streaming track list. What's the difference? Are they in a different order? Is there extra songs on the vinyl, or are they truncated maybe? I don't know. I don't imagine they're shorter. Some of my favorite LGBTQ films that aren't mainstream. Okay. Pink Narcissus is really good. That's one that comes to mind. It's like a New York City art film, kind of erotic sort of thing. It's fucking wild. Kind of non-narrative surrealism. I really like that. More burping. Bertrand Mandigo. Is that how you pronounce his name? After Blue. Fucking... the other names are escaping me, but I like all of his stuff that I've seen. Apocalypse After is really good too. Fucking anything Altered Innocence puts out, just they have not missed with me yet. I love Marlon Riggs films. Those are super important and super creative and super good. Fucking the other one, forgetting his name. Altered Innocence did a collection of his stuff, but You and the Night is the name of the film, and it's just incredible. It's so good. Check all those out. That picture behind you, is that Mae West? It sure is. That's where I got it from, the Indicator set. This is the poster that comes with it. It's the She Done Him Wrong poster with the titties out. I love Mae West. She's the best. That box set is incredible. Everyone should go get it. Yeah, you are. Hell yeah. The pacing is much better. Interesting. Volcano is a Bjork song if made by David Lynch and Gaspar Noé. Well, we are throwing out references that I like, so. My favorite Swan song is on the Abigail soundtrack. I'm sure that makes sense in some way to someone else. Tis indeed. Hell yeah. What's the most extreme disturbing movie you've seen so far? I'm going to give you a basic answer because I went through... Okay, so I guess technically the answer is The Passion of the Christ because I saw that when I was about 10 years old and it legitimately traumatized me. Like, I think I actually have like diagnosable PTSD from that movie. And so I have no way to view it objectively as an adult, but Avery watched it with me and she said like, yeah, it was pretty fucked up, but you know, it didn't affect her or anything. In terms of today, I'm going to go with a basic answer. I think it's actually a Cannibal Holocaust, and that's even without the animal cruelty, which would only solidify that. But there's something about the vibe of it where it feels real. It has that kind of cinema verite quality where like the rape scenes are particularly difficult to watch, and it's just so ugly. It's just such an ugly film, and just like the ugliness of colonialism like on full display, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. Like I had to take breaks watching that. And that was in the midst of like checking off a lot of boxes on my on like the big disturbing film lists, you know. So I was watching like Irreversible and Martyrs and Serbian Film and all that stuff, and those films are all rough to certain extents, but Cannibal Holocaust actually just got me on a certain wavelength that made it really difficult for me to watch. Favorite LGBT film is probably Boys Don't Cry. Incredible film. I also think it's a true story, but I'm not sure. Also, Hit and Run is a great miniseries made here in England about 10 years ago. So I would say Boys Don't Cry is certainly a mainstream film, but I guess that's why you asked me for non-mainstream ones. I do think Boys Don't Cry is great, even though it has its problems. It's very effective and really devastating. It is based on a true story, but certain things were changed. I don't remember exactly what. I remember looking into it at the time when I watched the film, and I was a little bit disappointed by the changes that were made. But yeah, Swan Song of the Abigail. I don't know. Maybe there's a song called Swan Song on it. Carcass has an album called Swan Song that I like a lot. I think it's underrated. I'm behind. The only swans I know are animals and Truman Capote's. Dustin, I don't know what kind of music you like, but Swans is definitely dense and challenging, so I don't know that I'd recommend it to anybody, but I don't know. Check out Soundtracks for the Blind and tell me if you like it. I don't know. Maybe I mean, To Be Kind was my introduction to them. I don't know that it's actually a good introduction or how accessible it is. My barometer for accessible music is kind of entirely broken. But yeah. Wise Blood is Swan's drummer and Jim Fetus. Okay, interesting. I'll have to check that out. Celeste Fanbase Supremacy. Hey, you said it. What about the movie Sunday Bloody Sunday? I've not seen it. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Fan of Gregor Rocky? Hell fucking yeah. Mysterious Skin might break into mainstream territory, but it's one of the best and most devastating films I've ever seen. And I really like Totally Fucked Up and The Living End as well. There's tons of great queer directors that are kind of watching or making films kind of under the radar, as you kind of have to be, honestly, to a certain extent. I mean, like Luca Guadagnino has somehow figured out how to like break into mainstream success with fairly artsy and kind of edgy films, but yeah. My partner and their friends many years ago played Iron Maiden's Rime of the Ancient Mariner on the jukebox 10 times in a row. It was gone the following week. Okay, how long were you hanging out there? Because that song is like 15 minutes long, right? Or is it like 20 minutes? I mean, you'd have to be there for hours to pull that off. I guess they pulled the plug on that, though. If you could only watch 5 films for the rest of your life, what would you pick? Also, I have the Mae West set, but I've not opened it yet. But I've seen a few films before, though. Yeah, I should crack it open. The transfers are great. The commentaries are great. It's a beautiful box. Supplements are great, too. Like, there's short films and stuff on there. I'll only watch 5 films for the rest of my life. Because I think that is a different question than my 5 favorites. Because a lot of my favorites are kind of heavy, and I don't know that I want that to be the only thing in my rotation. I'm going to say The Wicker Man. I'm going to say Possession. I'm going to say Mulholland Drive. I'm going to say Godzilla. So that's 4. And now I need a 5th one. I would ordinarily say Night of the Hunter, but I'm wondering if I should have something a little more chill to round out my 5. Now I want to say The Devils too, but that film is fucked up. I don't know. I guess that's my vibe. I'm going to go with The Devils. That's my list. The order's different and The Beggar Lover isn't on it. Interesting. All right. Yeah. The Mae West and the Marlene Dietrich have both of those. Marlene Dietrich is like my patron saint. Her and Bela Lugosi are my patron saints of classic cinema. But yeah, that box set is so beautiful. I'm going to confess something. That I bought that box set very early in my collecting days, and I was very anti-J-Card. I still am very anti-J-Card. I just shove those shits in there, or I throw them out, honestly. I hate them, depending on the release. But, you know, those come with the nice belly bands, which are different. But I thought that it was like kind of the same thing and that it would fit, and it didn't fit in the box. And so I bent it to make it fit. I'm like horrified saying this now. But then I realized that I wanted the belly band on there because it had the like limited number on it. It had the film names on it. So I put it back. But now there's a crease in it. And I just know it's there. And it haunts me. And that shit is super out of print. So what can you do? Damn. Yeah. Fuck Mel Gibson. Legitimately one of my least favorite people. I don't know that I've seen any of his other directed films. Oh, I've seen Braveheart, but I haven't seen it recently enough to have an opinion on it that matters. I want to watch Apocalypto, but from what I understand, that film is also really disturbing and also really racist. So I don't know about that. Hey, we hit 30 people in here, and we're at 30 minutes. Some kind of cosmological kismet going on there. Yes. Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. People I hate. I mean, I guess Jim Caviezel too. So I guess, maybe I'll watch it again and just pretend that I'm watching Jim Caviezel just get fucked up. Favorite Hellraiser soundtrack? I mean, probably the first one. I don't know that I've actually listened to all of them enough to make a call on that. But the first score is just great. Thank you, Excelsior. I really appreciate that. Passion of the Christ definitely deserves a place in extreme horror. On Rate Your Music, there are films on there, and you can vote on the genres, and there is a battle in there to get like exploitation and sadistic horror. Exploitation, I think, might be questionable depending on how you want to define it, but I don't see how you get away from sadistic horror, because not only is there like sadism from front to back on that thing and like extreme violence, like splatter was also voted, and I think that that's probably appropriate. It is like legitimately that violent. But when I result, after a lot of therapy, getting real vulnerable, getting real as fuck here, I was struck by how often there are like actual like horror tropes and jump scares in that. Like Satan is supposed to be like this fucking scary guy in it. Like it is legitimately a horror movie, but people don't like it when you say that. What is something I enjoy that we wouldn't expect? I don't know. Maybe like Disney movies, something like that. I feel like. I remember when I said that Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of my favorite actors. I got like a side eye from Ryan on that one, because I don't really like action movies like that. But there's something about Arnold that is singular, and I love him, and I love his films. Favorite Ghostbuster films out of the original? I don't like Ghostbusters. I'm sorry. I mean, probably the first one. I've seen the first one, the second one, and that's it. And I don't like either of them. I think I'm due for a rewatch. The last time I saw it was in high school, and I was just like, I don't get it. And I saw it as a kid, and I was like, I don't get it. Maybe this is my call to go ahead and try that again. You excited for Maxine? Hell yeah. Big fan of first of those. The big fan of the first two in that. I'll probably do updated reviews on them too when I see it. Maybe I'll do a whole review of the trilogy or something. Do you have Mysterious Skin on physical? I don't. I've been kind of waiting for a fancier edition, and the one that's out from Strand. Is it Strand? I don't know. It's kind of expensive, so I don't have it yet, but I would like to. There's a few of my all-time favorites that I don't have, just because I've been waiting on nicer editions that might not ever come, so I kind of want to just grab them. Like Marion Max is another one. Do you like silent films and silent horrors? If so, I highly recommend Action from 1911 called Inferno. It's one of my favorite films of all time. The effects are incredible and a powerful film. TerraVision just put that out, right? Dante's Inferno? I definitely want to see it. Silent films are hard for me because the pacing is not something I'm used to and is generally too slow for my taste. Or is just weird, like I'm not accustomed to it. I probably just need to watch more of it. Like some of them really work for me and some of them don't. But I generally, like, I'm not opposed to it. And there are silent films that I love, like fucking The Crowd, King Vidor is a great film. Or like Nosferatu, obviously. Metropolis is really good, but honestly, I fast forward through a lot of it because it's like, it's so fucking long. And the good bits are like really good, but I think there's another. Oh, He Who Gets Slapped is a banger for sure. I love that movie. Will that be 1954's Godzilla? Of course. Of course. Stylist. Do I watch Stylist Substance? I don't, but I'll check it out. I bought the Marlon Riggs. Hell yeah, it's a great set. Haxon, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you. That's my favorite silent film. Many happy returns of the day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Apocalypto is good, but yes, that's kind of what I've heard. Jim Caviezel is a total creep. Yeah, I mean, that whole Sound of Freedom thing. He's a fucking right-wing schizo fucking weirdo. Marlon Riggs recommendations. I mean, you have the set. I would just go through it in order, but particularly I like Tongues Untied and Black is Black Ink. Those are like the essentials. Who doesn't love Arnold? I don't know. He's the man. I love Arnold too. Favorite Christmas movie? A Muppet Christmas Carol, followed by Nightmare Before Christmas. Probably. But it's Muppet Christmas Carol. Nosferatu, thank you for being here, and thank you for the generous gifts. I really appreciate you. You're getting a shout out in a second because I'm doing subscriber unboxings over there. Fuck, I forgot to bring up the Lana Del Rey record you sent me. That's not really a subscriber unboxing because I won a contest, but still, I wanted to shout it out. Nosferatu was giving away a copy of Lana Del Rey's newest album with that ridiculous title. Fucking, did you know there was a boulevard, a fucking bridge under tunnel? Fucking, I don't know. It's something ridiculous. But I love that album. It's one of my favorites of last year. And he sent it to me real nice and packed up because he is a vinyl freak and knows what he's doing. So Arnie's been close to my heart since I saw T2 when I was 7. My mom even gave me a book on him when I was a kid. I wish I still had it. You know, that's probably because I got into Terminator also when I was like younger. It was the first R-rated movie I ever saw. So I think he's just kind of cemented a place in my heart. You know? Dante's Inferno. Yeah. 5 Disney films you can rewatch? Like classic Disney films or like acquired Disney films? I'm going to go with like the classic stuff. Off the top of my head, honestly, I don't know. Nightmare Before Christmas. I've seen that so many times. Beauty and the Beast? The Aristocats. I fucking love the Aristocats. We're at 3. Fuck. Maybe some Pixar stuff. I don't know. But the problem is I haven't seen a lot of these in a long time. And I've been meaning to kind of do like a comprehensive rewatch of all of them. But, you know, there's a lot. I need to finish this question. I need to come up with 2 more. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know off the top of my head. I really don't. Addams Family 1 or Addams Family Values? I've not seen Addams Family Values, and Addams Family 1 is like pretty okay to me. It's not really like my favorite thing. Wow, you guys are really bringing the comments. This has not been difficult for me I've not had to fill dead air or anything. In fact, I should probably call it soon and go ahead and do the unboxings. Prince Charles Cinema in London, they're starting to do more silent movie screenings with live music. The showings for Nosferatu screenings always sell out. They do those here in Richmond. They've done that a couple times where they, someone asked favorite movie soundtracks. I should have said Suspiria is up there too, because I saw them do that live with Goblin. But yeah, the Nosferatu one. There's some kind of group or organization here that hosts a Nosferatu screening every Halloween. And I've not gotten around to it yet. Nosferatu is great. As a kid, County Orlock was in the video of Queens Under Pressure, and as a kid, I was scared of that scene in the song. As an adult, I watched a 1922 classic film, and I love it. You know, I was kind of surprised I got away with it in that SpongeBob episode, because he just looks scary as fuck. You know? Count Orlock, got it, yeah. I've been enjoying silent films lately, but I watch it with commentary. It makes it a little easier to hold my attention. I guess that may be cheating. It may be, but I do the same thing. I have a hard time doing it the first time, but I recently rewatched Cabin of Dr. Caligari, which is another one I love, and I just skipped straight to the commentary. I was listening to that. So, original Terminator rocks. Sure does. Hell yeah. I think that's Aristocats, right? I fucking love Aristocats. Terminator is also the first R-rated film I saw as well. I snuck the VHS tape while my mom and dad were at work. Well, I did it above board. I got approval from the old folks. Top 5 Arnold movies. Terminator 2. I want to say Terminator 1, but that seems like cheating. But they're so different. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. And then, God, off the top of my head, these would all be easier if I had a list in front of me. Total Recall. I love Total Recall. Paul Verhoeven is the man. Conan the Barbarian? And maybe Commando? No, Predator. Let's do Predator instead. Predator rips. The Deep Red soundtrack is sick. Mary Sullivan, what the fuck? Thank you. You're not even hanging out? Shit. Yeah, catch the replay. Send me a message. I don't know. I'll try to do something nice for you because that's fucking insane. But thank you. It's very appreciated, and you're the best. Wow. I don't know how to like react to these things. It's like it doesn't feel real, you know? Okay. Yeah. Nosferatu from Eggers is my most anticipated film of the year, by far. I can't wait. I made it to the end of the comments. So let me go grab the things to actually show, and then we'll probably close it out, honestly. I don't want to be doing much longer than like 90 minutes. Oh no, I'm behind again. I saw Cabinet Dr. Caligari one morning before school in middle school before I was a film buff, and its sets, color, and imagery still embedded in my mind. Crazy film. Yeah, it's hard to believe it came out when it did. It looks so, like it looks ahead of its time now. I saw it in film class in college. Like the one film class I took. We watched that and I was like, yeah, that shit kind of rips. Okay, be right back. Kicking shit. Okay, so first, we have a package from one Mr. Dustin, who was in the chat, being a real one as fuck. This was apropos of nothing. I checked my mail one day, and I had gotten a package from him. And I was like, what is this? What is this all about? And I opened it, and he just, I guess, decided, because he wanted me to watch these movies, to send me some TerraVision stuff, which I really appreciate, because I've been meaning to get into their stuff post-OCN, because I'm interested in so much of it, but money being what it is, and budgets, and this, that, and the other dumb bullshit, you know. But anyway, he sent me copies of The Jar, Get My Gun, and The Newly Deads. Let's go ahead and do little reviews of these. So I wanted to actually watch these and talk about them, since he was nice enough to send them to me. Kind of in the order that I watched them. So I watched The Jar first, and probably my favorite of the three of them, actually. I really liked it. I know that this is like kind of famous at this point for being like a so bad it's good thing. I think Red Letter Media, a YouTube channel I've never watched before. I won't be spoiling these, by the way. So, you know, we can be chill, hang out still. I think they did a review instead of like the worst film they'd ever seen. I don't know. But apparently what happened was this was like a terrible pan and scan. Watching the special features for it, it actually kind of broke my heart. Like watching, oh, I can probably take this comment off. Kind of like the director started like crying because like his like life's work was so mangled by like a studio that didn't get it and didn't want to put the time in, you know, to do it right. So they just pan and scanned it. Although I don't even think they did much panning. I think they just scanned, you know. And so like it's just the center of the frame, and like information is completely cut out, and like stuff doesn't make any sense. So it looks like shit. It's not framed right. Just a tragedy. And they changed the title. They had how do you pronounce this? I always thought it was Charon. Is it like Chiron or something like that? Which is a cool title. and makes sense if you think about the film for 5 seconds. But I guess the distributor was like, that's too heady. The Jar, because it's about a jar, right? I mean, it is kind of. It's about this guy who finds a man who's been in a car accident and like takes him to his house to get bandaged up, and he has a jar with like a demon in it, and that jar kind of overtakes his mind. To me, it's a film about mental illness for sure, and religious trauma. There's a lot of really interesting religious imagery in here. But yeah, it's such a shame that it was just like butchered for so long and nobody got to see the proper version until now. I'm curious. I know Brad, there's a chance Brad might pop in here, but if he does, I want to ask him, like, did you know that this was actually good and like nobody had gotten to see the good version, or did you like the crappy version and you were just like, oh, we can make it better? Sick. There's no judgment if you like the crappy version, that's, you ended up seeing something in it that others didn't and saving it, so that's really cool. But there's great, like, specially produced features. I mean, Brad is the guy who did all the Vinegar Syndrome features while he was there. So they're of that quality, and it's great stuff. So that's The Jar. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I think it looks beautiful. Oh, it is dubbed for reasons that they explain in the doc that's on there, but it's the worst dubbing I think I've ever heard. It's so bad. And I think it is that plus the pan and scan that contributed to its terrible reputation. But like, yeah, it's fucking rough. Okay, next is the Newly Deads. Dustin, you wrote me a note with this package, kind of giving your little reviews on them and like why you thought I would like these. And the main thing you mentioned was the commentary with Peaches Christ, which is incredible. But I think I remember you saying something to the extent of like it actually has surprisingly good trans representation. And I think I had seen that elsewhere. And so I was kind of like expecting like a like wildly progressive film from 1988. And I actually kind of had I was hoping to do a little video that's like, oh, an actual like horror film with like good trans representation from the 80s and like do a review of this. I might still do a video on it, but honestly, I do think it is probably unintentionally progressive, and like it has grown on me the more I think about it and after watching that commentary, and I do like it a lot, but it's not great. It is definitely like playing into like gay panic tropes, and the ending sucks. Like, I'll just say that the ending sucks. But so the basic premise is that this trans woman, they didn't really have the language to know what the fuck they were talking about at the time. So that like she's listed as like a transvestite and like a drag queen, which I don't think either of those are accurate. I think Peaches Christ makes a good argument for why she is a trans woman. And like, that was just obvious to me as well. But I need to be speaking in a way that is preserving my voice better, because I can feel like my throat tightening up or like my vocal cords tightening up because I'm just talking nonstop here. But we're going to power through. Yeah, I think, Dustin, you kind of encapsulate it right here. It's accidentally progressive and absolutely wrongheaded all at once, but Jackie. Yeah, that's kind of the review right there. Like, okay, so it's about this trans woman who goes to a motel, and the guy puts the moves on her, and she attempts to seduce him, and then he realizes that she's trans. He says it in a lot meaner verbiage than that, but that's essentially what happens. And then he kills her because of that. It fucking sucks. But at least it's not played for laughs or anything. Like, it is like a tough scene, and it's like supposed to be that, But then he gets married, and she comes back from the dead to haunt him, and things ensue from there, right? And so when you kind of say that, like, it's about a trans woman victim of a hate crime who comes back to enact vengeance, that sounds dope as fuck. And if it was made today, it would be very progressive and dope as fuck. I'm having an idea. This is a prime candidate for a remake. Someone get on that. Remake this thing. If I knew how to make films even a little bit, I'd do it, but I don't. so I won't. But the Newly Deads is like perfect for a remake. You have a good idea. You have a great character. You have a cool movie. that is marred by the politics of the time, you could absolutely update this and make something sick. That's your $1 million idea. Whoever wants to take it. But yeah, fucking this movie kicks ass. Honestly, a little bit. Like, there's parts of it that are really great. I don't know. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know about this. Like, the ending like really soiled it for me. But then rewatching it, I liked it more. And like, Peaches Christ kind of sold me on it too. Like, it's like, yeah, the ending sucks, but like, the character rules. Like, she's so sick, you know. Yeah. Also, Doug Jones is in it, and throughout, I was like, who is he? And then I was like, oh, he's got to be the guy in the suit. He's got to be the trans woman, right? He looks good in makeup. You know, he's like under all that makeup and shit. Apparently not. He's just like the nerdy kid who gets a blowjob in a hot tub. And I was trying to think if I even could give somebody a blowjob in a hot tub. I don't know how that would work because there's a lot of inhaling through the nose that has to happen. Not to be too graphic about it, but you know, we're talking logistics here. I don't know how that's possible. I don't think I could do it. I'd probably accidentally drown if I tried to do that, but that's what happens. So I could probably talk about it more. I might do a full video on it. I'm thinking about it. I think that remake angle could be good. Dustin knows what I'm talking about. I don't know. I mean, I don't mean to assume. I presume you do, but you know, this is the type of shit you get on my streams. Yeah, I'm not writing off making a video about it because I think it's really interesting. And now I kind of want to put Jackie on a shirt. I think that'd be so sick, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, the last one is Get My Gun. I don't know. This one, I kept going back and forth with as I was watching it. I had heard a lot of people, like Brad was really talking it up. And I'd heard a lot of people talk about it as like a really cool, like feminist rape and revenge movie. Yeah, Jackie on a shirt, hell yeah. And it is. Like, that is what it is. But I don't know. I think it overstays its welcome quite a bit. And like by the end, it's just ripping off Inside for a long time. But it doesn't go as hard as that, and it's not as like nasty as that. I've liked the two female leads quite a bit. I thought the inciting incident was done at least uniquely, you know, like it wasn't what I was expecting. And it definitely makes attempts to be like respectful and not exploitative. I think it's an interesting film for sure. I think the kind of modern, like sleek look and editing to it is just an aesthetic that I struggle with a little bit because I'm like the 1970s is like my sweet spot of like the way a movie should look, I think, you know? But yeah, I gave The Newly Dead's a 6 out of 10, but that's just kind of a strong 6. It might go up on a rewatch, honestly. The more I think about it, the more I like it. This one is like a light 6 to me. I almost had it at a 5, but there are parts of it I do enjoy, and I do think it is a fairly competently put together film. I almost thought about like selling this or giving it away or something, but I think I'll hang on to it. Alexandra Heller Nicholas has a video essay on here that's quite good. So maybe it'll be a good rewatch someday. But you know, if that sounds like something you would like, I'd say give it a shot, much like she has on the cover here. But yeah. All right. Let's hit the pause button there to catch up on chat. Yeah, you know, when I said that, I kind of meant to say, but like Jackie rules. But also like I don't know that I meant. I don't know how much of a slip that was. Maybe I do kind of think it rules. I think I just kind of talked myself into liking it more than I thought I did. Yeah, maybe it's my favorite of the three, actually. I don't know. Like once you get over how much the ending sucks and how much like wrongheadedness is definitely informing it, and you kind of just like, yeah, but fuck that. It like we get to keep the cool parts anyway. You know, like Sleepaway Camp probably isn't progressive, but when I watched it, I felt that it was, and I felt that it was like infinitely reclaimable. You know, so Yeah. Okay, let's go back. And that Lana title is pretty wild. It's funny because my route is in Long Beach and the actual tunnel she's referring to in the title is like 3 minutes from one of the stops on my route. Well, you should use that tunnel then. Yeah, I imagine you have at least once. But like, you should put the album on and go into the tunnel. Yeah. Sorry for the delay in communicating. Just have someone over for the plumbing for the house. Dude, don't even worry about it. Take as much time as you want. We are just hanging out. The Jar is one of the most mind-blowing restorations in comparison to that awful Pan scan. I kind of wish they included the VHS version just to compare. But I guess I could probably find it somewhere, you know? But I didn't care to. I imagine it's night and day. Although, you know, there are little comparison clips in the making of. So, yeah. It looks pretty rough in the clips they showed. You seen the film Incubus with William Shatner spoken entirely in the Esperanto language? No, but I do have Incubus with John Cassavetes. I've seen some of it, but I didn't finish it. The Newly Deads was hilarious and great, followed by The Newly Deads was certainly something. I think it's both of those. I think that's okay. I'd only seen that Red Letter Media review of The Jar. It did look so bad on there. They watched an old VHS copy. Super curious to check out the restored version now. Sasha, I think you'd like it. The word that feels so obvious to use is Lynchian. I mean, it does feel that way, you know, but it also kind of feels like a Messiah of Evil or something like that. That kind of like weird, surrealist, trippy wavelength with like kind of bad acting, you know? Jackie was certainly a memorable character. Newly Dead's remake could totally be improved. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might coast on that idea for a second. Couldn't agree more. How do they afford that spooky song? I've never heard it. I don't really know what that means, but yes, I guess it was impressive. Yeah. Jackie on a shirt. I think I'm probably going to do it. Yeah. There's one late shot of Jackie jumping that's truly amazing. It fucking rips. Like, that shot is really good. And the guy who plays her was interviewed, and he was like, yeah, they had me jump like 12 feet like 6 times. I was like, I couldn't do that. I don't think I could be an actor. I don't have the physicality for it. I'd be tapping in my stunt double like to like walk down the stairs without using the railing or something. It'd be so bad. Yeah, Sleepaway Camp rips. Hey, Carlin, thank you. I appreciate that. Lynchian, indeed. Okay, I don't know if Nosferatu is still in the chat, but this is the next little subscriber gift. It's not little, honestly, but yeah. He sent me this. He asked me if I had this because he had an extra copy. I don't know how he just ended up with an extra copy of this. Hold on. Burping yet again. Okay. But he asked me if I had this, and I was like, that's actually at the very top of my out of print wish list because I was kicking myself for missing it. I wanted it like really bad. But he was just like, sick, I'll send it to you. And I was like, well, wait, how much do you want for it? He was like, don't even worry about it. I'm just going to send it to you, which is very kind of him. Thank you, Nosferatu. Yeah, look at this shit. But he also requested that I do a review on it. Oh, good, Nosferatu, you're still here. He requested I do a review on it, and that's why I haven't watched any of it yet, because I think I am going to do that. I think that would be fun. Indicator just has the best box sets. Hold on. Let me take off the belly band that I will not be bending and shoving into the box like a fucking idiot. But they always have these nice books in here. Is this a poster? No, the art cards are sick. Let's show those off. Set my phone down. I hope this is all YouTube safe. Ugh. Okay, we got that one. These are so cool. I need to find a way to like frame these art cards, just in general. That's just such a great image to use for the box and everything. It's like tattoo worthy, I think. Yeah, those are just the art cards. And then there's more that I didn't successfully retrieve or pull out. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I thought for sure I had 2 in my hand. and it's just the one. But it's this one. Looks sick as fuck. Then you have this pretty sizable booklet, which for this kind of stuff I think is like, for like box sets, I think like books like this are kind of essential for like helping understand and like parse through everything and appreciate it. So I really like to prioritize, like a slipcover or whatever is fine. And if it was just a packaging, like I could let it go. But I really want those books, you know? And then I just love how they do these. I think it's so cool. Like the like printed little covers. I don't even know what you would call this. These little digipacks, I guess, that are inside the box. I don't know. Like nobody does box sets that look like this, and I think that they're beautiful. That one. I don't want to bend it too much to show the inside. I'm so sick. Yo, this is sick too. Look at these doggies. Fuck yeah. It's hard as fuck. All right. Let's see if I can package this back here. But yes, as of now, the plan is to do a review. So I'll check those out. I mean, you know, assuming that I have something interesting to say about it. If I watch it and I'm just like, that shit rips, but that's kind of all I have to say about it, I probably won't do a video. But I can come up with something, you know. Packing this up. I could probably answer questions and stuff while I do that. Okay, referring to the tunnel, the Lana Del Rey tunnel. I would. Unfortunately, the tunnel's been sealed off from public access since the 60s, so it confuses me as how it relates to the music. Well, I guess the idea there is you wouldn't know that there's a tunnel because it's closed off. Maybe it has something to do with like old Hollywood or old LA or things of the past that are no longer accessible. I don't know. Lana Del Rey loves to deal in like that aesthetic, the aesthetic of nostalgia, stuff like that, you know? That's my off the dome guess. I've not really paid attention to the lyrics on it, so I'm not 100% sure what she's talking about throughout most of it. But all right. Last thank you and shout out to Nosferatu. You rule, and I appreciate you greatly. Ronnie, thank you. You are not that late. Well, you know, but that's okay. There's always the replay. You're totally fine. Who is Jude? Oh, I know who Jude is. I think. Maybe. No, I don't think the Jude I know would have watched this box set, so maybe not. But yes, you just finished watching the box set. Hell yeah. I assume you liked them because you seem enthusiastic about it. Carlin, thank you. You didn't even attach a message, but that's okay. I assume it will be attached to your other message. But I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Lynchian vibes from Corruption. I mean, I guess so. I wonder, because a lot of people use Lynchian as like a synonym for surrealist, you know? And I think you got to have a little bit more specificity than just surrealism to get to Lynchian, to get to a Lynchian feel. And I'm not sure what that extra ingredient is, you know? So, yeah. The first time I saw it, I kind of felt like I was in an alternate universe where David Lynch made hardcore films, and I was kind of blown away. I would love to see the David Lynch directed porn. That'd be sick. I mean, that is kind of as close as you'll get to something like that, I think. Went to the Academy Museum and saw some of the restorations of those films a year before the box set release. They sold officially licensed t-shirts of all those films. That's so fucking sick. I would have loved to get in on that for sure. Okay, I haven't seen him in the chat tonight, but Ragnar, Stephen Perkins, sent me just an incredibly generous gift off of my Amazon wish list. He asked me if it was current, and I was like, it is. And he was like, cool, I'll send you a 4K. And I was like, that's very nice of you. He did not send me a 4K. I'm, again, kind of like a little bit unsure how to go about this level of generosity, but let's just go ahead and do it. All right. So first, he sent me these 2 Blu-rays, so we're already at more than a 4K, right? But it's the Shout Select Death of a Salesman. I love, love, love this film. Maybe it's time for a rewatch because it feels appropriate. This, like, it's not even satirizing. It's kind of taking a baseball bat to the idea of, like, in America where you can just work hard and succeed, and that's it. You know, like, you shake the hand of the guy in charge, you make a good first impression, and you're in the door. And that's the success to home ownership and white picket fences and family and all that. It's based off the excellent Arthur Miller play. That's such a good adaptation. So I was happy with this one. He sent me these 2 because he just loves these movies, and he's correct. They're both great. And then the other one is The Curse of Frankenstein. Shout out to Cobwebs. I'm sure he loves this one. It's one of the better Frankenstein films out there. I like it better than the James Whale one, honestly. Maybe that's blasphemous, but it's so good. It's the OG Hammer one, and it kicks ass. It has way more features than a Warner Archive edition usually does, which is really nice. And then finally, I guess it was his idea of a 4K. He sent me the Columbia Classics Volume 4 set, which is just astonishing, incredible. You know, I have the first 3 of these, and I had just kind of resigned myself to the fact that I would not be getting the 4th one because I don't have a job right now. It's going to sell out eventually, and like the price hasn't come down on it. Like the last 2 ended up in like the $70 range, and I was like, there's my price. That's what I can afford. But this one is just like, it's still like $150, $170 or something crazy like that. I was just like, well, I guess this is the end of the road for me on these. But apparently not. Oh, there's cat hair on it. That's awesome. Gotta clean this. Yeah, people are taken aback by this, as I was. He said that it had arrived, and I saw this giant package, and I was like, that's not a 4K. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the unboxing 100 times, and it's kind of unwieldy, so I don't want to do it necessarily, but His Girl Friday, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Kramer versus Kramer, Starman, Sleepless in Seattle, and Punch Drunk Love. I have Punch Drunk Love on Criterion, and I think this has almost all, if not all, of the special features, so maybe it's time to pass that one along, but it's a film I love. It's an incredible kind of, like, I have a theory on it that I don't think a lot of people share, or I don't think it's like a super happy story, but some really great, like a great Adam Sandler performance, autistic representation, really creative filmmaking here. Kramer versus Kramer is like, I think it's incredible, but I also think it's probably kind of misogynistic, and I caught some heat on reddit.com for that take. I'll see how I feel upon the rewatch, you know. And I've not seen the rest of these. Sleepless in Seattle, I tried to watch back in the day because David Hyde Pierce, Niles Crane is in it. And I got about 20 minutes into it, and I just wasn't into it. But, you know, that was a long time ago. I think we're due for another attempt on that one. Starman, I almost said David Cronenberg. John Carpenter. And the TV series is on here too, which is really cool. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Sidney Poitier. Been wanting to see that for some time now. Almost grabbed the indicator a few times, but I got that now. So, and then His Girl Friday is another Criterion upgrade that I don't have, so I don't need to get that one now. But yes. Stephen Perkins is the newest patron as of my last video. By the way, all you new patrons, you will be shouted out in the next video. I just had already had that one ready to go and fully edited, so I couldn't add new credits to it without exporting and doing the whole thing over again. But yes, I haven't forgotten about you. You will get that for sure. Burping again. But that's it. That's all I have to show today. That's my show and tell for today. Thank you all for your incredible generosity tonight. That's still kind of blowing me away a little bit. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I love you guys. You guys have made like my life substantially better. And yeah, I don't know. You guys are the best. So any last minute comments or questions? But I think I probably want to call it around now. Shout out to Stephen Perkins, Dustin Putman, and Nosferatu for the gifts that we have just shared with you all today. All right, let me blast through these last few comments. Lynchian is in a Do movie. I mean, yeah. It's beyond awesome. Holy shit, that's awesome. It is. Wow, that is awesome. Got 3 awesomes. I agree. Giant package. Thank you. Thank you for that. I think that's it. I think that's it for me today. We stayed at like a steady 25 to 30 people this whole time, which is crazy because the last time I did a solo live stream, it was like 3 people, 4 people maybe. Yeah. So this was a really cool thing. This has definitely boosted my confidence to start doing these regularly. I'd like to do these once a week, at least while I'm not employed. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, hopefully I get my OBS shit together and we can have a more professional setup without our duck friend in the corner here. But yeah. All right. Last few comments. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you had fun. I also had fun. It was a little shaky at the beginning, but we caught a rhythm and everything. So thank you, Nosferatu. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm just repeating myself a lot. Yeah, catch the replay if you missed some of it. Do that. Okay. I think I'm going to call it now. Thank you all again. I love you all. Remember, as Satan loves all of their children.